June 2023. An equal number of men and women enter an isolated habitat. They're under constant surveillance and complete tasks set forth by a mission control operation just beyond their sights. Actually, in June 2023 this happened twice, but this isn't about season 10 of Love Island. It's about CHAPEA, NASA's crew health and performance exploration analog, aka the reason NASA right now has 4 people locked in a hangar pretending they're on Mars. Where in the world is Mars? Surprise! Right here, Building 220 of NASA's Space Center in Houston. The habitat is called Mars Dune Alpha. Its interior about the size of a volleyball court, and its walls were 3D printed over the course of about 2 months. Why build this place with what looks like a giant hot dog extruder instead of good old walls? Well, the point of CHAPEA is to simulate a crewed Mars mission as faithfully as possible, and right now, the leading theory is that if we were to send people to Mars, it would be more efficient to make concrete out of the planet's own red materials and 3D print a building than ship materials from Earth and do it the old-fashioned way. You want a tour? Here's a tour. This fake Mars habitat features 4 twin-size bedrooms, 2 bathrooms with strictly rationed running water, a stock kitchen with an oven and fridge, space to hang out, do medicine, and conduct science, and just on the other side of an airlock, a real gem. 1,200 square feet of simulated private outdoor space. Take in the scenery within the safety of an inflated bubble you cannot exit without ruining a very expensive experiment. Enjoy peace and quiet with the help of ambient noise piped into every room 24/7, ensuring you won't hear a peep from outside. And when the real world does come knocking, tell them to hold it, because communications from the outside are on a 22-minute delay, like they would be if you were sending good morning texts from Mars instead of, here. There's also a weather station, a greenhouse, treadmills, and, if you can believe it, a brick-making machine. The little details that make a house a home. In Houston's competitive market, a home like this could cost as much as $250,000. But this slice of red heaven can be yours for the low cost of 378 days of your life. NASA needed 4 members of the general public to take that deal, specifically non-smoking, English-speaking 30 to 55-year-old US citizens or permanent residents with qualifications aligned with this flowchart I made. And here's who they found. These Fab 4 did a month of training, then packed up and moved in. Fun fact, one of them brought a guitar, which I'd written about 1,000 words of violence about, but apparently it plugs into headphones so nobody can hear him play. On June 25th, the crew had a big ingress ceremony, and life on Mars began. NASA gives them their hour-to-hour schedule, leaving time for work, play, and lots of data collection. Mission Control also tests the crew, hitting them with experiment failures and other environmental stressors to see how a real Mars mission might respond. Arguably the most exciting part of life on Mars is EVAs, or extravehicular activities. This is the scientific work that would happen on the red planet, including geological research, building new things, and exploring the surface. In Mars Dune Alpha, they use a combination of virtual reality and their red sandbox to simulate it. NASA has them don spacesuits to locate and identify interesting rocks, or repair their habitat, or survey faraway places. And they're committed to the bit. The crew does VR missions on these treadmills and sometimes have to walk hours to virtually reach whatever special rock they're looking for. This is made slightly easier by a crane over the treadmills that lifts them up a bit to simulate Mars's low-gravity environment. But of course, these experiments aren't, strictly speaking, real. The real science happening in CHAPEA isn't the EVAs, it's the people. The point of this whole thing is to study how humans' health and behavior respond to life on Mars. That's why the crew have live, not time-delayed meetings with medical professionals who keep tabs on all manner of their health. They collect regular samples of numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, assuming numbers 3 and 4 are blood and spit. And just for good measure, they also monitor all these other things. Crew members also submit mood and temperament surveys and document everything they eat in a spreadsheet down to the shake of salt. That's because nutrition, i.e. how bodies cope with a Martian diet for an extended period, is another key focus of the CHAPEA study. Crew members eat mostly and rehydrated food with very little freshness or choice available because a Mars mission's food would probably head up there 5 years before the people do, maybe before the people are even selected. That means no opportunity for choice or restocking. Can you imagine picking your dinner 5 years in advance? Actually, I can. On November 30th, 2028, I will have pizza. Mars Dune Alpha's stock includes special meals for Saturday nights like tacos or Indian food, and they have a hydroponic gardening space where they'll soon start trying to grow salad, greens, tomatoes, herbs, and more. But what do they do when they aren't sleeping, eating, or working? Mostly, it seems, hang out. In September, they busted out the birthday kit twice and had decor, cake, and electric candles. They write and send voice messages to their loved ones, though of course they don't arrive until 22 minutes after they're sent. They practice guitar and give each other haircuts and record their podcast. They have a poker game, they've had origami nights, and they had a basketball game going before they broke their hoop. They have a book club and watch TV together, though they're weirdly vague about what they're reading and watching, which has me desperate to know, please CHAPEA, is it The Wire, Seinfeld, Jet Lag the Game? What is the vibe in there? In all, it's a nice little life, or so they say. There's some stuff they say they miss about Earth. Friends and family, driving on the open road, and this is what they mentioned by far the most, chips. Honestly, I was hoping for a little more drama, intrigue, tension, but these four seem to be getting on fine. But good science is repeatable, so there will be 2 more chances for mess. Yep, NASA is already preparing to send 4 more brave souls into Mars Dune Alpha 6 months after this first crew comes out, and then do it all a 3rd time. With any luck, I'll be on one of those crews. Not that I have any interest in Mars. I just want to get my paws on that brick-making machine. Now, I probably can't get my paws on that brick-making machine, but I can get my paws on over 1,000 different Rubik's Cubes thanks to this video's sponsor, Daily Puzzles. It's a one-stop shop for all things speed cubing, offering a ton of different cubes at affordable prices. Impress everyone with this cube. Impress no one with this 2x2 cube. Impress a moth with this shiny cube. Daily Puzzles actually sent me a box of some of their most popular puzzles, and while I've got a ways to go before I can actually solve this thing, I'm having so much fun just trying to work it out. So whether you want to kill time on a plane, entertain yourself while passively watching YouTube videos, or become a speedcubing legend, Daily Puzzles has got what you need. From this to that to these to Cube Lube, and also this thing. They're currently running their biggest sale of the year, meaning even better prices than usual, plus shipping all over the world from just $5 US. And for a limited time, you can enter the discount code HalfAsInteresting to get you 15% off your entire order. So head to the link in the description or dailypuzzles.com.au/halfasinteresting to claim your deal right now. You'll be supporting this channel when you do, so thanks.